Hi again, it's Mr. Smith, and in this video I'll be giving you a video tour of eCampus and MyLab Math, which we also refer to as its old name, MyLab. So you hear both. Let's go ahead and get started. This is what you'll see when you sign into eCampus and then our course, Math 1314-22400. When you come to our course page, this is what you'll see. So you notice you're on the announcements page. You're going to want to read this announcement. It tells you everything you need to know to get started in this course. It also gives you some information about what you're going to find here in eCampus. So first of all, it's going to tell you to go to the syllabus and calendar link. And you can see syllabus video. That's the link for this current video. Actually, it's for the video that I made on the syllabus. You can see I haven't linked it yet. But that's where I basically go through the syllabus in a little more detail. So you can watch that and go through the syllabus if you'd like, or just read it on your own. You're going to want to click on the link here and print out the syllabus. I'd encourage you to make some comments on things that are important, maybe put some question marks if there's any things that you have questions about. And the big thing though is at the end of this, you're going to find the calendar, and so that's going to be really important as far as knowing exactly what to expect each week in class. You can see week 1, this is what we're looking to cover. So let's go ahead and go back out of here. The other thing you'll notice, if you're new to college, what is a syllabus? What do you expect to find in a syllabus? You can read that if you have any questions about that. It's something that the school has put together to give you information about what a syllabus is. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next place where you're going to be directed to go, which is the Start Here button. So basically in here, instructions for getting started, it's going to say, hey, did you read that announcement I told you about already? And did you read the syllabus? And then it's going to ask you to make sure you confirm your email address in eConnect. You just want to make sure that you're going to get your emails throughout the semester, and you're going to want to be monitoring those emails that are coming through your school account. If you need to change it, you can go to this link here. And then notice you'll go to lessons and assignments to start getting some of your course assignments done. Notice it says, I highly recommend that you watch the video tour of eCampus and MyLab at the top of the page to get started. So you must have seen that because this is the video. All right, so let me just show you what else is in here. This is my information, which we already saw on the syllabus. It's also here in eCampus. You'll see that there's some navigation tools here, course information, communication tools. It talks about what those different areas have in them. For technology, it tells you what requirements you have for your computer, or what you're going to need to have on your computer in order to run things for your courses at Dallas College. And then there's tips for success. You might want to click in there and see what's in there. So those are everything that you're going to find in the Start Here menu. So remember, the next thing we're supposed to do is go to lessons and assignments. And this is where you got into the video tour. And then if you click here, these are all the links for MyLab Math or MyLab. So we're going to come back to this. I want to go through all the other links in eCampus. So you can check your grades by clicking here. Remember, your grades in eCampus are going to be, actually maybe I didn't tell you that yet. The grades in eCampus will be the most correct. So after each test, I'll update grades in here. You will see grades in MyLab, but because of the way the settings work in there, it's not going to be as accurate. So you can see what your grades are on individual assignments, but your overall grade, best place to look is in eCampus. Let's see, we've been to the announcements page. Here's where you click if you want to email me. At least that's one way to do it. We're not going to be using the discussion board in this class. Student services, I think you should make sure you look through there and see what services are available to you. These are all the big ones, so make sure you know what's in there. Technical help, if you're having any kind of problems in eCampus or other kind of issues, you can come here. I don't know why that's taken so long to load. Let me just go back out and we'll try coming back in here. Anyway, that's where you can go if you need help. I've never had problems with that page loading. Oh, there it comes. So you can see there's a number there, 24/7 support. So you might want to look to see what's there under technical support. You can also talk to me if you're having problems and you're not able to figure things out. And tutoring with 1T, that's if for some reason outside of class you want to meet online, we can do that. This is another link that you can use to get to the MyLab assignments. So I'm going to again go back through lessons and assignments, but that other link will also work, the MyLab link. By the way, let me go ahead and click on a button here. And this is what your menu is going to look like. It's a little bit different than mine. So let's go to MyLab links. And you're going to spend most of your time going into the assignments link and doing assignments there. But let me show you what else is here. So we have a browser check. You're going to want to run that at the beginning to make sure that you have all the software you need to run all the features in MyLab. And if you ever have any kind of problems with assignments, getting into assignments or anything else, you can always go back and rerun that browser check. Of course, this is where you go for your textbook. Things are really slow. I don't know why it's taking so long. So you click here for the table of contents, and it's just, I mean, you have access to everything that you would see in the physical book. So for example, let's say we want to go to section 1.5. Well, you can see this is the book. You can go directly to the exercise set. This is how you navigate. Can't see the whole page because I minimized this page in order to make the video here, but it's pretty easy to navigate. If you want to print out a page, you can go here and then click print page. Unfortunately, you got to do it one page at a time. But anyway, that's your book. Let's go back. Oops, why is it not taking me back? Let's just click out of here. Multimedia library. Now, there's all sorts of help resources in MyLab, and you can access those through the multimedia library. You also see them as you're doing your homework, and we'll look at that when we're doing the homework stuff. So let's go to chapter 4, and we'll just say section 4.1, select all. This shows you everything that's available to help you. Like, let's say you miss a class. There's a lot of resources to help you learn the material on your own. You've got your link to your textbook. This is PowerPoint notes. These are some videos that help you to do certain things, and these are other videos. The animations are a little bit different. These are more like a regular video, like what I'm recording right now. Anyway, so that's how you can access the learning materials from any section throughout the semester. You've got your grade book. If you go in here, it'll show you your grades for individual assignments. Just remember your overall grade is probably not going to be as accurate as what I'll be putting in eCampus. MyLab Math purchase options. If you want a physical copy of the book, you can get that through here. Notice it's 60 bucks. So most people don't get that, but you do have access to buy that. This integration support link, if for some reason you have some issues using my MyLab this semester, normally I've had very few people have problems, but there may be one or two a semester. They may ask you to go in there and send information to them if you're working with support. All right, let's go into assignments now. Again, that's where you're going to spend most of your time this semester. And so you can see all the assignments here for the first, for the first test. So let me just point out what's here. So these two assignments are optional, but if you're not comfortable entering information into a computer, or if you have problems entering answers in my MyLab, you may want to come back and watch these. So this assignment here, the first one, the orientation assignment, is going to have you answer several questions in my MyLab so you can see the different kinds of questions. Things like graphing can be a little bit more challenging, it'll show you that. Here you have videos that help you with how to put answers into my MyLab, so maybe you prefer to watch videos. So those are both going to be there throughout the semester. Also, with the TI-84 calculator, if you're not familiar with it, you're going to probably want to watch this, it's a video, and it just basically introduces you to the basics, and that'll be there throughout the semester. So your homework starts with section 1.1. Now these lecture sections you really don't need unless you want some extra help, or let's say you didn't really understand what we did in for a certain section, you were struggling with the material, you can always go into the lecture folder, and the videos at the top here are the videos that I make, and usually these are the ones that correspond to what we do in class. Not always, but usually. And then these are the videos that come with the book. And so I always recommend that you watch my videos because they're going to tell you exactly, it's going to be just like what we do in class. So especially if you're absent, that would be my recommendation, is read those. Notice you also have a link to the textbook, and I don't see the PowerPoint notes. You may have to get those in the multimedia library area, but you do have access to all these videos as well. Now, when you're clicking on the help buttons in my MyLab as you're doing homework, these are the videos a lot of times that you're going to run into. So that's everything that's under lecture. So it's really nice if you miss a day, or if you're struggling with a certain concept, you always have access to those materials. Let's go back. And now we're ready to do homework. Let's see, where should we go? We'll go here. Okay, so you can see there's 20 homework questions for the first assignment. These are due on January 22nd. There's your late penalty if your work is completed late. So you can click on Start here, or just question 1. And let's go. We'll go right here. All right, so as you're doing the homework, you can click on these buttons here. You can click forward or backwards to go through questions. And then there's also this one here where you can see how you're doing all your assignments in one place, and you can click wherever you want. So many ways to navigate. So let me show you in this problem. I'm going to get this incorrect. So let's go ahead and write. We'll just say 5, check answer. I'm just going to put in some wrong answers here. I'm trying to show you something. So notice it says final check. So normally you get 3 shots at it to get a problem right. Notice it gave us the correct answer, and this was the answer I gave. Now this is kind of cool. You can actually click on Skill Builder and it'll help you work on that skill. That's one thing that you can do. We're going to go ahead and move to the next problem. You could click here, or you could click the arrow button here. So you can see that it was marked wrong, number 6 was. So let's say that I've done all the other problems now, and I want to come back to question 6. Now you didn't have to move on. You could have clicked on similar question and never left, but sometimes students will go through all the problems and then they'll go back and fix the ones they got wrong. So all you have to do is click on similar question. And so this time our answer is -3. Check answer. And notice it'll take us to the next question. And you can see now that question has been marked correct with a green check mark. And so my point is, if you're willing to go back and correct wrong answers, you can get 100% on every homework assignment. In fact, every semester I usually have a couple of people that do that. It's not easy to do. We do a lot of work in this course because it's 2 courses in one, but it is possible to get 100%. Again, as a minimum, you should be shooting for at least 80%. All right, so again, you can see you have that skill builder button if you want to work on or practice a certain skill. I don't know if that's always available, but that's a newer feature that they have. I want to show you these help buttons at the bottom. Help me solve this. Well, let's go to the next question here. We are on the next one. Help me solve this will help you solve this specific problem. And then when it's done, it'll give you a new problem. Now, maybe you like this problem. One of the things you'll notice when you're in MyLab is because the numbers are just generated, sometimes they give you some really nasty numbers. So you can always click backwards and then like go to another problem and then come back and it'll give you a new problem. Let's see if it does that here. Now it's giving us the same one. Or sometimes you just miss it real quickly, miss it 3 times, and you can get a new problem if you don't like the numbers. Not a big deal here, but you'll see that sometimes. So if you click on, let's say you like this problem, you could click on View an Example, and it'll give you an example of a similar problem. I'm really sorry it's going so slow. So you can click through the sample, and then you can come back and do that problem. There may be other buttons at the bottom here. The one on the right, notice if you click on Textbook, it'll take you to section 1.1, and you can look at examples there or read through that. You can also click on Ask My Instructor, and this is kind of nice. Sometimes on the weekend, students will get stuck, and you can send me the question. It's really nice if you have some graphs or it's a word problem. You don't have to worry about writing any of that out. All you got to do is ask your question, and it'll send me the problem with your question. And so that's another way to get help. Let's see. And then let me just show you up here. You can print out your homework. Now be careful with that button because I know sometimes I've had students in the past, they printed out their homework, they came back in, and the problems changed the numbers. So just be careful with that. If you use that and it works well for you, I'd love to hear about that because it's always good for me to know how things are working. If you're concerned about accessibility, you can click on here and it's got some information about that. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say about eCampus and MyLab. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. That's it for this video.